Good morning. What's up, guys? Another day. Listen, I have got the most amazing news. Boy squad, looks like we've reached the end of the tunnel. I'm happy to announce and let you guys know that Ligaya is so close to being fully weaned. Okay, so good morning, Ligaya. She's still here. I'm not gonna open or let her out until all the food is prepared. But you know how she was going through this phase where she would be on my shoulder and begging and screaming in my ear? She doesn't do that no more. And also, right in the morning, she goes straight for the veggies. She doesn't beg for like food from the syringe. And over the past 2 days, Ligaya hasn't been drinking the gruel so much. She'll maybe take like 1 shot or 1.5 shot and then she'll kind of like pull away. Meaning, she's kind of learning to not eat from the syringe, and maybe she's like learning to really swallow her food. Either way, this is great news. Another great thing is that she does more of the pleasant whistle. That whistle. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, guys. Look what I got for ya. Breakfast. Gonna hang those veggies and fruits up here. Like so. Fruits and veggie bowl. Like whoa. I'm gonna put that right there. Come on, guy. Step up. Good girl. Good morning. Yes, you just want breakfast. Go ahead. Go, go, go. Or do you want the gruel? What do you want? Want this? See, she's really active. Yes, success. Veggies and not the gruel. Now, as for the gruel, it's got a lot of good stuff in it. I mean, the only thing... smells good. The only thing that's questionable, really, is the parrot pellets. So I don't know if I can drink this, but I want to. I've even put malunggay leaves in it. Yes, so healthy. But overall, I find that she visits the bowl randomly during the day, like the food bowl, to have fresh fruit and veggies, and even her nuts and pellet bowl during the day. She does this before begging, which is great. So my hopes is that I no longer have to do the gruel. I want her to be weaned. I do. It'll just be a step towards being independent, right? It means our baby's grown up. And what's great is she's been exposed to lots of different fruits and veggies and different food items growing up in her early years, so I kind of don't have to worry about her being a picky eater. But this gruel will be here in case she decides to beg during the day. As for me, I'm gonna try to make a shake myself. Gonna add some carrot. Yes! Of course I need my sesame seeds. So nutritious. Add a little sprig of broccoli. Of course, gotta add this. Malunggay. Yes, give me all those amazing benefits. By the way, guys, malunggay is the Filipino word for it. I believe the North American name for it is moringa. I'm used to calling it malunggay. It just grows naturally in the wild here. And we put it in different soups and stuff. It's really, really great. Yeah, why don't I put some of that bell pepper, a little bit of cucumbers, you know what I'm saying? And a big piece of papaya. Yes, papaya is our friend. I love papaya. Such an underrated fruit, guys. Easy to grow. Yes. Also high in calcium, which is great. What else? What else? I know. A ton of chia seeds. Chia! Yes. I feel so healthy. Okay, I know this is gonna taste gross, so I need to add more sweets. I know. Banana. Let's just stick a whole banana. Delicious. Oh, I know. How could I forget? Coconut oil, the benefits. Please help my brain. I hope this like helps boost my brain. If that's the case, I'll add more. Okay. Oh, speaking of which, my boy squad, I was reading an article on how supplementing a parrot's diet with coconut, amazing reviews. Like, people are saying it's boosting, first of all, feather quality, which I totally agree. Ligaya's feathers right now are amazing after like 4 or 5 days of like all of this nutritious food in her diet. Feathers are on fleek, seriously. But also mental activity and character. Remember how I said in yesterday's vlog that I felt like somehow her personality was coming out more, and like she was sharper and just more like behaviorally, somehow she like enlivened. Well, in the article I noticed, or I read, that the people noticed that once they boosted their parrots' diets with coconut oil, their personalities came out, behavior like changed. It allowed the parrots to seem more focused and like mental activity and like speaking. It is exactly what I've been seeing with Ligaya. So hopefully this will fix my brain, all this coconut, because these days I feel like brain is not all there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Also gonna add walnuts. Walnuts, all those great omega fatty acids, and raw almonds. Love. I'm also going to add some of this chamomile. Yes. Did you guys know chamomile tea is so healthy? More chamomile. I wonder if I can blend my coffee in here. Okay. I want to also put a little bit of honey. Natural honey. You know what I mean? It's so natural. It's like hard. It's got like honeycomb in it. Okay. Just a little bit of that. It's been a while since I had honey. Amazing antibacterial properties. Okay, let's hope this blends properly. Seriously, let's try this. Oh my goodness, this looks beautiful already. Take a look at this. Look at how beautiful that looks, Bumbo High Squad. Seriously. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna be so healthy. I'll be able to eat like 80 cheesecakes and it'll be okay. Here we go, wish me luck. I guess liquefy. Yes, it's done. Okay. Oh, I smell the banana. I smell a little bit of the malunggay. Oh man, this is gonna be quite delicious. Okay, so presentation is everything. So I guess I want to put it in here. I wish I crushed ice in it because then it could be cold, or I could put it in the fridge. Wow. Oh my. Oh my. Oh wow. Okay, I'm gonna save a little bit of this. Wow, that's right. See what I mean? She's been saying wow all morning. And she's singing. Oh, this looks delicious. I'm sure RJ's gonna wanna taste this. I should give RJ the one with the parrot pellets. Okay. All right, the moment of truth. Oh my goodness, that is so good. Oh wow, it's like sweet and nutty. It's not gritty. It's got the consistency of like blended oatmeal. It's nutty. I can taste those walnuts, the almonds. Oh wow. And the malunggay is good. Hi Ligaya, come. Now I would give Ligaya some of this, but I can't because it's got honey. Parrots cannot have honey apparently. It's on the no-no list. Here, would you like to play with some malunggay? Yes, I missed you. Here, would you like to play with some of the veggies? Go ahead. You can. She loves raw squash. You can eat the raw squash. I won't tell anyone. And the papaya. Oh my. This shake is really, really good. So I also hear that community feeding, like what I'm pretending to do now, will also help wean her. Because that's what they do in the wild. They copy their parents. Go ahead, let's eat all of this. This is banana. Banana's good, right? Yes, good girl. Good girl. We also have papaya. Would you like papaya? Yes, eat that moringa. Okay, let me see if you're swallowing. Oh my goodness, she is swallowing. It's about time. Oh good, no wonder you're eating less and less gruel. Okay, but she spits out certain parts that she doesn't like. Here. Wow. Yeah, go ahead. Here's some shaved corn on the cob. Okay, don't be eating the blender. I need this. This is like our best friend. Wow. Do you hear that? Did you hear that, guys? Wow. Thank you for eating the piece of carrot. Oh, did you hear that? Wow. Wow. All is good in the world. Got my coffee. My shake. And now, okay, now the world is perfect. My cheesecake. Oh. As RJ says, you gotta be balanced with unhealthy food and healthy food. Guys, I love cheesecake. And a lot of you guys have been concerned about me saying that I'm gonna get fat, all of this. First of all, see that? That's my cheesecake body. I don't worry about fat. Also, even if I do get big and I start getting a belly, I don't care. My organs are in there, you know what I'm saying? They're taking a lot of room as well. Overall, my trick, okay, I'm gonna reveal a trick. My trick to staying healthy is this. You have to internalize and verbalize out loud. Ready, guys? Say it with me. Food is my friend. Actually, make it this. Food is my best friend. Yes, say that every day, guys. Release it out into the universe. Feel it. Every food should be your best friend. And it will never treat you wrong. Trust me. Got it. Right, Ligaya? She agrees. If you learn to treat food like a best friend, it will never do you wrong. It'll treat you like a best friend. It will nourish your body. It will never kill you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, that's just me. That's my trick to everything. And that goes for every single thing. Money. Don't say money is the root of all evil. Could you imagine if someone called you the root of all evil? For sure, I would want to get them back somehow. I would hate them. So, change. Money is my best friend. Isn't that so? Money will buy you the trip of your dreams, right? See, she's saying, wow. Money will nourish your family. Money will put a roof over your head. Money is fantastic. Money is my best friend. And you know what? As soon as you start to feel that and you radiate that out into the universe, life will make it so. Money will hear you, be like, hey, that's my new bestie. Let's go, guys. Let's go visit our bestie's wallet and bank account. You know what I'm saying? Let's hang out there because he loves us. We're his best friend. I know that sounds really weird and kind of out there, but trust me, guys, quantum physics now is starting to explore consciousness, right? In all things, like consciousness down to the atomic level. Inanimate objects have consciousness. Maybe a different kind of consciousness than our consciousness, but the stuff that makes up our consciousness in our brain is the same stuff that makes up this inanimate squash. You know what I'm saying? Same stuff that makes up this moringa leaf, this water. Everything has consciousness. This chair, everything should be your best friend. Everything. And then you know what? Mark my words. They will treat you like a best friend. Everything. Your car, your house, your bird. Come here, bird. You are my best friend. Your body should be your best friend. You know what I'm saying? Make it your best friend. Kiss it. I love my arm. That's all torn up by Ligaya's claws. Yes. Life should be your best friend. And I find gratitude for everything really helps bring more to be grateful for. Wouldn't you want to go to the house of the person that welcomes you and is grateful that you've come to visit them? This is how I feel about absolutely anything and everything in the universe. The things you welcome and are grateful for in your life and focus on, they come to you. I remember all I used to think about was debt. Which is fair. Isn't that what every normal person in debt thinks about? Right when they wake up to the moment they go to bed? Oh my gosh, my debt, how am I gonna pay for it? But in a way, that's kind of like welcoming debt to your house. You see, she hasn't begged for the gruel, feeding from the syringe. She prefers active feeding on solids. This is amazing. But guys, the gruel is here, packed with all the nutrients in case she needs it. It's just gonna sit there for a few minutes. I am gonna put it in the fridge later. If today is like the past 2 days, she's only gonna beg for it twice, and she's gonna take just a little bit of it. So proud of our baby. She's gonna be weaned soon. Hopefully, crossing fingers. Okay, sorry. She's so self-conscious. Yes, going for a morning walk on this glorious day. Rightly, guys? Yes. By the way, guys, if you're new to the channel and you somehow stumbled here into this weird part of YouTube, my name is Mikey Bustos. This is Ligaya. She's an African gray parrot. Do feel free to hit that like button if you enjoy this vlog. Leave me a comment. We're here living in Manila, Philippines. I'm originally from Canada, but yeah, I've lived a sort of Forrest Gump life. And this bird is like my child. So feel free to hit subscribe if you feel like you belong to our family. Join the Mabuhay squad. We release vlogs every single day. So by the way, guys, this neighborhood, whoops, are you okay? This neighborhood that we walk through every morning is called Wak Wak. I know, that's what it's really called. Wak Wak. W-A-C-K, W-A-C-K. And it's a very wealthy neighborhood. Like, seriously, a lot of the community here is actually Chinese. And the Chinese community, they pretty much run the majority of the companies here in the Philippines. And so they call this neighborhood Old Rich. Now, for those of you who are new to this term, old rich and new rich, since we've been talking about money in this vlog, right? Old rich is like families that, you know, their wealth usually is inherited from generations before, which is great, right? Like if you struck gold and you became rich, wouldn't you want your children and grandchildren and children's children's children to benefit from that big gold jackpot you have? So that's these families. These families probably are owners of companies that have done really well here in the Philippines or abroad. A lot of them are probably doctors and lawyers, very affluent people, possibly politicians. And so the old rich have essentially preserved and protected their family fortune, I suppose. You know, old rich families season and train their kids to also be able to keep and earn the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've learned that earning money is not easy. It's really a mindset. It requires certain training and mental, I guess, thought processes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the old rich here. I do find also that you could tell the difference between old rich people and new rich people. The world of the wealthy is really, really something. So get this, new rich tend to kind of, I guess one of the ways to tell new rich is they sort of sport their wealth a lot more than, say, old rich people. So they are the ones with the lavish cars. They walk around in like business suits all the time. And a lot of times, new rich will really almost over-assert their status as separate from the non-rich. That's just a blanket statement. I'm not saying all new rich are like that, but I tend to notice that that's how new rich people tend to be. The old rich tend to kind of sort of hide their wealth. There's a saying called stealth wealth, where they're wealthy, but you could never tell just by looking at them. And I have found this to be true for some of the most prominent oligarchs here in the Philippines. who are billionaires, who own everything. If you were to look at them, you could never tell they are like the boss of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Just so humble, like normal clothing. And from what I understand, like one of them, for example, Lance Gokongwei, used the same cell phone that he's been using for like 8 years, and watch as well. Like his team has to remind him to upgrade his stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the greatest things I've learned from these old rich Chinese, is that whole idea of stealth wealth, like not over sporting it. Now, not to say that old rich don't buy expensive things, they absolutely do, but they reserve these expensive purchases for key items that will improve their quality of life, or create amazing memories and experiences, or help them save money. For example, they will spend extra on ecological options, like options that can help them save money in the end. What is that? That self-cleaning stove, which uses the least amount of energy. You know what I mean? Energy saving bulbs, things like that. That's what they'll spend on. Coffee maker, you know what I mean? They won't be going to the coffee store. They will just invest in a good coffee maker and save a lot of money. Like, these are the things that they buy. They'll invest in a few pieces of very good quality clothing. You know what I mean? I find those who have really got their game together at earning money, professional money earners, are also professional savers. They know, they have all these little tricks to save money. It is really amazing. And through the years working in show business and working on social media, I've been able to meet some really fantastic and successful people who have really earned over the years. So inspiring. And one of the things I wanted to dispel right now is that rich people are bad people. OMG. I think I've met more great rich people than I've met bad rich people. You know what I'm saying? Most of the rich people that I've met, the wealthy people, so inspiring. Like they're amazing people. They love their families, they love people, they're huge philanthropists. They are not greedy. They are passionate about like the most random things. They love life, they have a zest for life, and they're just ordinary cool people. I find a lot of people have this picture in their head, perhaps from the movies, or maybe it helps them feel better, that rich people are like people in these business suits that live in mansions and like are completely greedy and full of themselves and snooty. Well, you know what? There are poor people like that too, you know? I don't think those qualities of like being snooty and being bad people are only reserved for the wealthy. I don't feel that at all. I just feel like there are good people and bad people. But it just so happens that these wealthy people have managed to acquire wealth for themselves. Now, another thing, guys, that I was able to do was I was able to host a Millionaires Club event here in the Philippines at one point. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What an eye-opener. Guys, there are so many millionaires in the world. So it just so happened this particular Millionaires Club, and there are many, had their international conference in Manila, right? And I was asked by a friend to cover him as the host for this event. I was mind blown. Imagine a huge room of like 400 people, 500 people, all millionaires. To be part of this club, you need to show proof of $1 million at least in your bank. And they were all business owners, all of this, crazy, CEOs, all of this. And after the event, I was able to talk to all of them. And my goodness, their stories were just so amazing. What they were able to amass and create for themselves. You know what I mean? These millionaires were just happy, amazing, inspiring people. They were not snooty and bad, selfish people. They had dreams to like change the world and create like technologies, found like medicines and all of this. Just unbelievable stuff. So I guess the point of all of this wealth talk, right, is that as someone who came from like pretty much nothing, I didn't have anything in my bank for most of my life. It was really an eye-opener to actually meet wealthy people. And then it changed my whole inner conversation of how I perceived wealth and earning money and the lifestyle of the rich and what I thought, you know, growing up, rich people were like. You know what I'm saying? My inner conversation changed from a negative connotation to a positive connotation, right? Money became changed. I wanted to become best friends with money. And then when you do, that's when it comes to you, right? One way to become best friends with money, guys, here's another tip. Saving, but little bit. I remember before I was earning, like that time of my life when all of a sudden money started coming, saving. Even little amounts, like 5% of what I was making. Putting something away really helps. Why does it help? Well, again, I treat life and the universe as like an entity, right? Think of it as like a parent with a child who wants ice cream. The child has an ice cream cone and goes, Mama, Dada, I want ice cream. So you give one little bit of ice cream and the kid's like, I want another scoop. So you give another scoop of ice cream. And then all of a sudden, bloop, the kid dropped the ice cream because it's too much for him to or her to balance. And then when the kid asks you for another 2 scoops, are you gonna give the kid 2 scoops? No. You're gonna give the 2 scoops when your kid can prove that he or she can manage the 1 scoop. And until that kid shows you that he or she can manage the 1 scoop, that's when you go 2 scoops. When the kid can manage 2 scoops, you give a 3rd scoop. Hey, if this kid is talented and can manage 3 scoops, you're gonna give 4, possibly 5 scoops. You know what I'm saying? And if this kid invents some machine that holds all scoops, then yeah, you give them lots and lots of scoops. So the point of that is, the universe is the same way, I find. Life is like that. When you show that you can save and manage your money, life goes, hey, all right, I think you're ready for me to open the floodgates of money. And that is the art of earning money. I love this pig. It helped me save. All right, so I know what you guys are thinking, Mikey, it's kind of mumbo jumbo and that's like supernatural stuff. I don't believe, but perhaps you do believe in the importance of budgeting. Fine. So, whether you believe that the universe is like, you know, looking and planning for us or not, budgeting is important, right? But for those of you who do believe in law of attraction and life as kind of like your best friend, this is how I manage to budget and let the universe know that I can handle many scoops of ice cream. Bring it on. So when I first moved to the Philippines, I was about 30 years old, and that's when I started to earn and slowly come out of the hole, the debt that I was in, that I had put myself through my, through my 20s, crawling out of the debt hole. And I took this entire thing of saving seriously. I wanted life to know that, listen, I'm willing to change my ways, and I do want to master the art of earning money. So what I did was I got one of these. This is the exact, an organizer, a folder with pockets and stuff. I got one of these things. It's like a filer, I guess, with little sections that you can put stuff in. Right now I use it just to keep all my airline tickets. But this actual like folder I used to keep in my closet when I was earning. Now what I did was I used these little labels to section off what I would budget for what. So for example, for 2 months rent, see that? It was 30,000 pesos. So every time I got paid, I would make sure in the month that this little section here had 30,000 pesos to pay for my rent. You know what I'm saying? So that was there. I let life know that I could at least save for my rent. Then the next section is this month's utilities and internet. So utility bills, my water bill, electricity bill, and internet bill. And I would stick that amount in this section. Next was house help this month. So basically I would have a cleaner come into my place and clean my place. It wasn't at the LC back then. I was living in another building, renting. And I would put that amount there because that was important, right? Then next month's utilities and internet. So I would save also for the following month. I would make sure there was not the whole amount, just a little bit, and hopefully the next month it will be easier for me to fill up this section of the month that's due. Then the next section says next month's house help. So again, same thing. The house helper payment for the next month, I would start ahead of time to save in this little section, right? Then I also had these sections, an education fund, 500 pesos, which is what, like $3? But 500 pesos I would invest in an education fund. So I would put money in here, and that money at the end of the month would go towards either buying a book that'll help me somehow in my work, some maybe class that I could take, you know, to keep my mind learning, you know what I mean? So that I could keep earning. Keep your mind learning so you can keep earning. That's a good one. So I would put money there for the end of the month and then buy a book or something, right? I had a section for my condo. Now, I wasn't living in this condo back then. I was living in, like, it was actually a hotel, a residence hotel. I had to pay 15,000 pesos a month in rent. It was a small studio condo. A little bit bigger than this room, but I was already dreaming of owning my condo. So I put the amount, you see, of the condo in like just a random amount, and a breakdown per year, month, and week of how much I would need to save if I were to realistically pay for this condo, or at least the down payment for the condo. And so I would fill this up with money as well. The next section, GCs, yes, coupons, all of that. Saving papers, you know, coupons and gift certificates, all of that. I would save that in this section because that is also money, and you could save that. That has value. And I would save that, and I would make sure to use them. Because if I could use those, I don't gotta use my own money. You know what I'm saying? They usually give these gift cards out for free. And then I have a section for charity. You see that? And that is completely gift money. You give that money to a charitable organization, you give it out to the poor, and here in the Philippines there is so much poor, so I could always find someone to give this charity money to. I find it's really important, not only for your soul, but also if you want to earn money, you need to release it, you need to let it go, you need to be a straw for money, basically, a pipe. You can't just hoard it and keep it. You gotta let the money flow through you. You know what I'm saying? The more volume of money that flows through you, the better. So you need to let money go. Send it off to do good to other people. So charity. I filled this charity section with money as well. And then finally, savings. Now this section, super important. This is probably the most important section to let the universe know that you can handle extra scoops of ice cream. You would put aside, I don't know, 20% of your income into savings and never touch it. Just put it there. I remember it started filling up, and every time you looked at the savings section, I remember looking at all the sections actually, seeing money in there made me feel so good. It made me feel so responsible that I was actually doing something, like making it a science to save. Because a lot of people feel like they can just budget mentally, but a lot of people can't, me included. I would get paid and I'd be like, okay, time to go to the bar. And then, so once all of these sections were filled, whatever I had left, I would use for kind of leisure, just to do things. That is bar money, that is karaoke money, that is treating myself to a spa. You know what I'm saying? And so that is how I learned to budget. And I'm gonna keep this folder for the rest of my life because I find this helped me get out of debt. And I encourage you guys to also get your folder and do the same and create these various denominations to save. And by the way, don't think that the amount of your income determines whether or not you can do this and budget. No matter what your income, no matter what size, even if you're making minimum wage, even if you're making below minimum wage, even if you're like earning, I don't know, $10 a month, you know what I'm saying? You can still budget and let the universe know that you're able to handle your extra scoops of ice cream. You could still budget no matter what. And then eventually you'll find the money in these different folders growing and growing and growing and growing. That is the science. That's what I've discovered the science of earning money is all about. And it also doesn't matter what age you are. All you kids out there, listen up kids, you can learn to budget at your age. You can be 11 years old getting an allowance of like $5 a month. You can budget that $5 in this little folder. You could do it. And you parents, it would be great if you could teach your kids how to budget and manage money early in life so that they can grow up with the mentality of earning as opposed to the mentality of spending and losing. To me, it's one of the best things you could teach your kid, to be honest. And I know what some of you guys might be thinking. What if you're just not earning enough to make ends meet? You know what I'm saying? Because I know I've been there. Like, doing a folder like that would have been useless with the money I was making before, or not making. Well, my answer to that is, you can still let the universe know that you can save. Put pennies in there if you must. Nickels and dimes. Just show that you're doing something. You know what I mean? Trust me, I know, I've been there. Not having enough, I understand. Nickels and dimes, put that in there. $1 coin, $2 coin, whatever coins you have. Put it in those sections of the folder. At least you're letting life know that you can budget. And then, like magic, soon, the amount that you can put in those sections will grow. Now, how do they grow? There's a second part to this art of earning money. And that is keeping your mind open to money-making opportunities. Now, guys, I wanted to show you this. This here is a piece of a formicarium, an ant farm, called the habitat nest. Now, most likely UAC family may not have known about the habitat nests, but these were the very first nests I ever made for the Ants Canada Ant Store. Now, around the time, well, I was flat broke, living with my parents, approaching 30, all of that bad stuff. I was wanting to take this money consciousness thing seriously, right? So, you know, I tried to show that I could budget, and I was letting it out into the universe, leaving it to the hands of God or whatnot, life. And I said, bring the money-making idea to my mind. What is my money-making idea? And at the time, I was keeping ants and ant farms. So it just came to me one day when someone asked me if I could make them an ant farm. And this person lived, I don't know, I think in the US. And I'm like, sure, I can make you an ant farm. Is it okay if you pay for the shipping and for the materials? And he was like, yeah, I'll pay you for everything, and including your labor. So I'm like, hey, that was it. That was the money-making opportunity. So what I did was, I created this guy's ant farm, sent it to him, but I also opened an ant store. And I started plugging it in my nerdy little ant videos. So, to my surprise, guys, from the day I opened the website, I was getting sales. I will never forget my first sale. I literally went live with the website. It was like a little PayPal buttons. It was so like homemade, home done. My first sale was a $300 sale from Thailand, right? And every single day I was getting orders and orders and orders. And I kept making these habitat nests. So many of them. Like it literally my parents' basement. And suddenly I was actually earning money, like out of nowhere. From jobless and broke, in debt, to actually climbing out of the debt hole. Life had shown me the money-making opportunity. So I kept running with it. You know what I'm saying? Started like going to science shops and buying test tubes in bulk. The dollar store to buy like little decorations and random things that can be used for ant keeping. And I would make kits. And eventually the ant store kind of became this thing where now we sell these. Legit setups. Seriously. It's unbelievable how far that little money-making idea in my parents' basement came. See, it's unreal. I'm looking at the logo right now and I find it all unreal. So it blows my mind, really. That life said, okay, there are millions of kids out there who are just as passionate about bugs and ants as you. My money-making idea for you is to create products that can help kids observe and enjoy ants in their homes. You know what I'm saying? And when people show me how happy they are through videos when they receive their ant farm and when they put their ants inside, it is so fulfilling. It really is. A lot of these customers are like, the money was well spent. They're all saying this. And some are saying they received the experience in total, and the education from it is way more than the value that they've paid. And you know, that was my experience of the universe telling me what my money-making opportunity was. And I began to realize that what the great thing about it all was not that I was earning money, but was that I was enriching lives of kids and people and adults like myself around the world to enjoy ants. And that is the great thing. Forget the money, like the money's great too. But the fact that I was enriching the lives of families and schools and museums, like that to me blows my mind. So the point of all of this is, once you've shown the universe that you can budget, even if you're still in debt, the universe will be like, okay, you're ready? This is my money making idea for you. So keep your eyes peeled. Every day, from the morning you wake up to the morning you go to bed, keep your eyes peeled for the money making opportunity that life's gonna show you. It's hiding your scoops of ice cream in random places to see if you can find it. It's kind of interesting too. You kind of just have to trust the process, really. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as the Ant Store and even my Filipino comedy channel, as soon as that started to take off, I still wasn't earning a lot. You know what I mean? I was not like, yes, I'm rich. No, it was more like, this is kind of fun and kind of neat and it's something to do. And I kind of feel useful kind of thing. And you just kind of have to run with it. Like, go with the process, flow with it. Life is taking you somewhere. You know what I mean? Flow with it. Just because you're not earning right away doesn't mean you're not gonna earn in the future. You gotta plant the seed, plant it and nurture it, right? Let it grow. And speaking of trusting the process and running with it, in my brain back in 2010, 2011, I thought, okay, the universe is probably gonna give me the opportunity to have a crazy record deal and that's how I'm gonna earn money. No, life decided, you know what? Why don't we make you a comedian? So one of my videos went viral on YouTube called the Filipino accent tutorial, where I made a skit on speaking with Filipino accent, like this. Just speaking the way I used to as a kid and the way my parents speak. And do you think I thought, hey, this is my money-making idea, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get, no, I never thought that at all. I just love to do it, and I love that other people were enjoying it and feeling proud. They were laughing. It was making people's day. It made people feel proud to be Filipino, all of this. And then it eventually led to me moving here, endorsements, commercials, entertainment career. That was life's idea of me earning, not through any kind of like serious music record deal at the time. So you just gotta run with it, roll with it. Even if it doesn't make sense, you don't know how you're gonna earn from something that's doing well. Just trust the process. Ligaya, do you trust me? Yes, she surely does. And I trust you. Look at how beautiful her feathers are. It's really showing in her diet. I mean, the benefits of her diet is really showing in her feathers. And in her just overall vitality and like mood and chattiness. She wants me to scratch her. She's like, why aren't you preening me? The feathers are so fluffy, and like, see, usually to get this kind of fluff I have to bathe her, right? But she actually hasn't bathed in like a week, I think, or over a week, and her feathers are so nice. Mabuhay Squad wants to see you. I see your feathers. We love Mabuhay Squad, no? Yes, they're awesome. They support you all the time. Every day they're watching you. And one final closing idea about the entire conversation about money. Sorry if money talk wasn't what you were looking for in today's vlog. Is that you certainly don't need a ton of money to be happy. Happy is completely free. Yes, money can buy things that can make you happy, but the trick is staying happy. And that trick is something you gotta work out yourself. Gotta stay happy, right? And when I say debt, I mean the bad debt. Not like mortgage and all of that. That's good debt. But I'm talking about, you know, the bad debt. Like in my case, it was overdraft and credit cards. But guys, Ligaya has learned something, and I don't know where she's learned it. And I want to show it to you guys. Ligaya, who taught this to you? My boy squad, check it out. She's gonna do it in a sec.